Number 1. In most countries, banks are legally obligated to keep legal tender, coin and paper money printed by the government, in reserve so that patrons can exchange bank money, checks and credit card payments, for actual currency whenever they request it. Number 2. Most banks are profit-seeking corporations that make money by charging borrowers more money for loans than the bank pays customers who deposit their own. Number 3. Colonial Americans either gave credit to each other or relied on credit from banks in England, so there were no banks in the United States until after the Revolutionary War. Number 4. A private bank is a bank for which the owners of the organization are also the managers, or when a partnership of bankers manages the portfolios of extremely wealthy individuals. Number 5. Created in 1914, the Federal Reserve System was organized to help stabilize U.S. banking. Rather than being one central bank, the Fed operates through decentralized, regional Federal Reserve banks in order to prevent the Fed from being under the power of either Wall Street or the federal government. Number 6. The first bank founded in America, Philadelphia's Bank of North America, was created by Congress in 1781, less than 5 years after the United States itself was founded. Number 7. The first bank founded in America, Philadelphia's Bank of North America, was created by Congress in 1781, less than 5 years after the United States itself was founded. Number 8. In the year 1800, there were around 30 banks in the United States. 10 years later, there were over 100. This number increased to almost 600 by the 1830s. By 1860, on the eve of the Civil War, there were between 1,500 and 1,600 banks in America. Number 9. For more than 50 years after the United States was founded, businesses generally had to receive a charter from their state government in order to form a bank. The result of this was that banks became highly politicized organizations, backing certain politicians in hopes of receiving a charter, and state governments used their banks as a source of funding through charging dividends, fees, and taxes. Number 10. By the year 1907, the U.S. banking system was the largest in the world. Number 11. The creation of the Federal Reserve System greatly reduced the number of U.S. banking crises. Whereas there were 7 major panics during the 78 years before it was organized, there were only 2 in the 90 years afterwards. Number 12. In the early decades of the 19th century, American banks were each allowed to issue their own paper money, resulting in over 8,000 different types of currency being used across the United States. Number 13. In the final decades of the 19th century, the United States was subject to an average of at least one banking panic every 10 years. This was a uniquely American occurrence. In most European countries, bankers' banks had been established that lent commercial banks money before most crises could set in. Number 14. In the early 1920s, there were over 30,000 banks in the United States, more than at any time before or since. Number 15. Founded in 1397, the Medici Bank rapidly became the largest bank in Europe, after its founder took the risk of backing Baldassare Cosa, a one-time pirate, in his bid to become Pope of the Roman Catholic Church. Cosa succeeded. In return, he rewarded the Medici Bank with responsibility for handling all of the Curia's finances.